Hoshoryu called time on pre-meet training with a warm-down session with Meisei at his stable yesterday. "No more practice bouts now," he said, while sporting his newly made matchday sash in a darkish shade of blue. "I reckon I've got myself in good shape. My body has gotten slightly fatigued, but it's also looking pumped. Let's see where this takes me," he added. He will open September with bouts against two veterans, Tamawashi, who has lost to him 6 times straight, and Takayasu, who he beat in the flesh for the first time in 7 attempts in July. Onosato today performed his first ceremony at Nominosukune Shrine, within which his name has now been added to the Yokozuna tablet. "I am so pleased to be set in stone as the first Japanese-born Yokozuna since my own stablemaster," he said. By then, he'd already been given his opening fixtures, Aonishiki, who he thrashed last time, and Tamawashi, who he inadvertently made the oldest Gold Star winner. "It's my first Tokyo meet on the highest rung," he reminded the press, "so I'd better go in prepared, for day 1 is going to be huge." And what a compliment for Aonishiki that is. Today's sword-bearer Takayasu opens his current campaign against Atami Fuji, the man who derailed his title bid of 2 Septembers ago. Asked as to current condition, he said, "I won't know until the fighting begins. I want to impose myself on day 1 and build up a flow straight away." Even the anguish he has faced due to summer injury woes pales compared to that of his fellow half-Filipino ex-Ozeki. Mitakeumi, we've learned today, has dashed back to Nagano to mourn his mother Margarita, who seemingly passed away in the middle of the night. Her death at the age of 55 comes just 2 years after his father and grandmother died in quick succession. His master insists he will compete as a tribute to Margarita. He first fights Roga and Toki Hayate, against both of whom he has winning scores. Elsewhere, Master Takatagawa is the latest senior figure to bang Wakatakakage's Ozeki drum. "His level has gone up even after that major injury," he said. "I can't fault his sumo style, rich in technique and so bravely head-on. I can't wait to see what he'll do." Takakage leads Hakuoho 3-0, and Oho by 5-1, a big early chance to build the required momentum. Meanwhile, existing Ozeki Kotozakura is heading into this meet having welcomed no salaried guests to his stable for the first time in ages. Frequent visitor Daisho injured over the summer, of course. He still feels he's done enough with the Tebakari brothers and says, "I put the effort in to make sure nothing went to waste. I've done all I can as ever and simply have to output my practice area moves in the real thing." He faces Abi on day 1 and Hakuoho after that. Reigning champ Kotoshoho also warmed down this morning, simply grateful not to have pulled a thigh muscle like he did heading into July. "I think it's great I'm heading in with a clean bill of health," he said. "Now I can really go for it." He'll receive his champion's portrait at tomorrow's ring cleansing event. "I used to stare at those portraits in the arena as a kid," he said, "and never once imagined that my own one would be among them." On the upcoming meet, he said, "Let's go for 8 wins first and set further goals from there." Wakamoto Haru and Hiradomi await his presence first, perhaps eagerly given their head-to-heads. Shoho's brother Kotoeiho, who drops to Division 2, feels highly prepared thanks to his stable workouts alone. "I let too many opponents develop their stance at the initial charge last time. So I trained with a view to strategizing my way out of that, he said. It was clear my power was telling enough in Division 1, only the little things I lacked. Not quite being decisive enough with a final move, momentary lapses which ended up getting punished. I turned pro to become a top-tier regular, so my goal this month is to win all the bouts I need to get back up there. The first of those will come against Hoshoryu. Finally, his fellow Saitama Sakai grad, Nishinoryu, has received the iconic orange apron from his one-time high school. I could hardly use the lad in competition as his teammates were so strong back then, Coach Yamada recalled. But now he's the only one of them in the salaried ranks. Kitanowaka hovering very nearby, of course. Nishinoryu himself said, having suffered so much frustration over failing to make the grade as a teenager, I told myself I would so make up for that by reaching salaried level. He will face Shiden first. Asanoyama, for the record, tackles Kyokukaiyu. Endo, now of Division 2, looks to be out this time and is seemingly set to retire. Takeru Fuji is the only top-tier man out, it seems, for the count, meaning Aomori Prefecture loses that proud 142-year record of continuous top-tier representation.